So, was having technical issues with that with the other run there. We'll get back to it in a moment. However, you know what? We need to make this happen. First off, as per usual, background volume all the way up, this all the way up. Voice volume, I can go down a little bit. What do we even... What do you even call a thing that's like... we'll just go with chest cannons, why not? So what we're going to do is an EO only run. Long story short, I was wondering for the longest time whether this was actually possible, and actually figured it wasn't, because there's several cases where you actually have to shoot at something that isn't moving.
One entity ruled the world.
Oh no, it ruled the world! Alright, so. Can we actually, right off the bat... So we can't use any of this stuff. Oh wow. No. Hold on. My controls are all kinds of jacked up here. Let's fix that. This is so I just got a different emulator setup here. So first of all, I'll just get rid of everything forever. Get this all figured out because it's all kinds of not right. First off, D-pad up, D-pad down, also D-pad down. For that, left, right, circle. Don't know why it decided to be all kinds of all over the place, because I think it's trying to emulate it as a 360 controller and then doing it that way, and that's why some of my buttons are backwards, as they ought not to be. But yeah. A little bit of a different setup. Just upgraded this one to 10.3. Unfortunately, that will come with its own little downsides. Alright. Pull this out of the way. Put one of these right here. And I'm pretty sure the analogs are going to be just fine. We don't need unthrottle or rapid fire, and that should be that. Alright, so basically, we can't use anything but EO for this run. So we can only use our chest cannon, which we don't even have yet, so it's up to Appleboy to just completely solo carry this initial start here. Just kind of hang out over here, I guess. It's alright, Appleboy, you got this. He'll figure it out eventually. It's fine. Wouldn't that be something for it to be the first time that that Appleboy just gets himself killed on accident? Because it's actually kind of looking that way. You can go try to draw some fire off him. Alright, come on, man. Recovery, you gotta actually do some stuff. All he has to do is beat these 3 or potentially 4 MTs. Because we should be past the minute mark here. There shouldn't be any reinforcements coming. No. Okay, so 4 more. Alright, come on. Keep actually shooting. Yeah, he's not very good, but honestly, I've never seen him do this badly. Like, this is seriously impressively bad. I mean, normally, I remember when I used to test this out as a kid in the PS2 version. Like, I wouldn't say the AI is worse in this one. Actually, I'd say overall it's better. But I mean, most of the time he could be relied on to just solo this mission, no problem. Simply because there's just no real threats going on. Alright, come on. Come here, Mr. MT. You know what, that particular sound, I think it's actually the same one that they use in the PS1 version. Or the PS1 games. Appleboy. Must be an awkward way to soft block it right at the very start. There we go. Come on, you got about even AP right now. Nice.
All enemy units destroyed. Not bad for a newcomer.
Yep, I helped. I did moral support.
Welcome to the ranks of an elite few.
I love how this is one of the few cases where you can be a complete a-hole and the game doesn't actually recognize it. In almost any other instance, if you betray somebody, if you do something incredibly stupid, they'll actually call you out for it. But apparently, and I've never even fired a single shot, but yeah. So first things first, what we need is a few little upgrades here. So we sell what we can. So first off, we sell all the weapons. We can't use those anyway. Gets us up to a little bit. We need 100,000 in order to be able to get the part that we need to start attacking. Get a little bit more by selling our booster and legs and picking up the hovers. So we pick up our quails and then we're good to go. So the Orca, 114,000, sorry. The Orca is the first EO that we can get a hold of. So we're 67,000 positive. However, that's not exactly good enough. So we have a few options here. We've got Defend the Arena, which we can't do by itself. And we've got Employee Standoff, which... yeah, we actually can do. Probably Huntress is going to be the easiest one to do this with. I believe through some combination you can get 2 of them. But she's got the most firepower in general. Alright, well, we'll see if they're good for an MT. Hi there, Buell Buell. Yeah, it's funny because, like, this and Tactics Ogre are the ones that I've friggin' been challenge running since I was a little kid. It was like AC3 most of all, but man, it just occurred to me the other day because somebody was asking what kind of weird runs I've tried of this game before, and I was like, after we're past the first page, I think it's fair to say we've done a few runs of this. So yeah, I'm trying to see if it's possible to beat this with just EOs. So this is kind of the plan B in terms of making money right now. We're not going to make very much off this, even if this plan does somehow succeed. Looks like they're probably getting killed off in the background there. Might be able to go draw their fire somewhat, but I'm pretty sure there's not much we can do. Oh wow, they are sucking real bad here. What are you doing, Huntress? Jeez. What are you doing? Like, I know the game was not meant for this, but jeez. Alright, time to abort, because anything extra, we're just going to take some extra costs. I can make them shoot at each other. I didn't think that would be necessary. I mean, she's got some punch. I don't know why that was such a difficulty for her. I know, yeah, no, the arena one's the one with Gydos. We can do that one, and I'm not gonna fail through the missions, by the way. That was if I'm gonna make an honest attempt at this one. Let me see, because there has to be... I mean, I guess Spartan would be pretty likely to succeed in this. I'm just really surprised that she wasn't able to handle that. Literally any one of them should be able to handle this no problem. Hi there, Evan. Yeah, we actually had an hour of One Vision, but then it never really went anywhere, so... I'm basically doing this AC3 run real quick, then we're doing some more One Vision, trying to get somewhere with that, and then we're gonna go do some Fell Seal. And yeah, we're basically pulling an all-nighter tonight. It's kind of one of those situations where, you know, the kids and wife are out of town. I know I'm already going to sleep weird, so I would much rather just do an all-nighter, do some stream-type stuff, actually have some fun out of this night, so sounds like a plan. Yeah, there we go. Spartan seems to be doing a way better job. I don't know why Huntress's AI completely crapped out there. And oh yeah, it is. I mean, I expect this one maybe to be 2-3 hours, something like that. I'm gonna try to draw their fire, see if he can bazooka down these guys. Oh no! They got workplace. They got corporate knuckles over there. Come on, come on, come on, get him! Nice. Spartan, you champion.
That's all of them. Let's head out.
You, sir, earned my paycheck. Thank you. Like, we should just call this the middle management run, to be honest. Remember the BOB all-nighters because I was just waking up? And I saw my all-nighters sometimes. Yeah, you know what? It's fun. It's fun. Haven't done them that often, but yeah. So that one was completely not even worth the effort, to be honest. Secure the mine is possible, but again, we're basically relying on an MT. I'd much rather do it this way. So the fastest way to get money early on is just like this. You need some... Well, for the PSP remake, the satellite, or rather the Volar option isn't really an option. So you basically can go get the Volar legs if you can score an A rank in the arena, which you can't actually do in this particular instance. So I'm just gonna go over here, wait for him to show up. But basically, yeah, you need to have 2 weapons. You need to be able to have, like, I think 95% accuracy or something like that. So what I'm going to do is try to convince you here to go out of bounds. If that doesn't work, we're going to try something a bit different, but this should hopefully work. Dates. Like, basically, if all this doesn't work, I've already got 70 in the bank. That should mean that I should be able to buy the core, switch all my parts over to the Orca, and then sell the standard core. Other than that, if I go right here, we should be able to knock a DU out of bounds, eventually. I have no way of knowing what he's doing exactly. See if he ends up leaving the area eventually. Actually not sure where he is right now. He might potentially be stuck somewhere. Ideum? Where are you, buddy? The bastard outsmarted me. I'm not even mad, that's awesome. Okay, better plan then. I think we're just gonna do the switch approach, and then we'll just come back and do it. What happened is I flew out of bounds. I was trying to trick him into going out of bounds, but I think his AI is too dumb and it got caught on something. So here's what we're gonna do. We basically sell everything but this core. It's like basically after you get about 70 or so you can do this. And then you just buy enough to be able to buy this core. And then we just basically buy whatever parts will fit. We swap all 5 ACs over to this core, which lets us sell the original one. And unfortunately, this is a little bit of a holdover. Well, not holdover, but this is a feature of the PSP remake. That if you end up getting a different core, instead of actually getting rid of any other ones there, you have to manually go through and redo all of them. A little tedious, but oh well. Okay, I don't know what Streamlabs just did. It just went all black. Hopefully that's not a bad thing. It's usually a bad thing when it comes to this computer. We'll hope it isn't. Otherwise, the stream might have just exploded. Yeah, that's really weird. I'm hoping the graphics eventually come back. I can't really see chat for the most part right now. Oh well. Alright, so now we should have a means of offense. As long as we can afford to buy some parts to actually slap the scrap back together. I don't believe there's anything cheaper in terms of the head, so 15k for the head. For the arms, we got 15.5. Again, I don't think there's anything lower than that. For the legs, those are 25. These are 20. Not to mention the don't have to rebuy the booster. Buy this. And then we need a new generator, which conveniently it looks like we should be good. Alright. As much as I'd like something a bit more heavy duty, the pineapple here is plenty good in most cases. Alright, so now we've got offense. So now we make money. So this is going to take a little bit of a while. Weirdly enough, it's funny because the less they move, the more difficult it is to actually hit them with something like this, and that seems to be a running theme of a lot of my runs. And this thing's got basically no heat to it, so it can't really overheat anything. It's just a weird dinky laser chainsaw. The fun part about doing this on hover legs, though, is I can have functionally infinite energy while doing it. And yeah, I can't tell if the stream is still going. Sure hope it is. And yeah, there's actually only 2 EOs that we're going to be able to get to before the end of the game, and for crap's sake. Right, so I tried to figure out if the stream is running and accidentally launched 2 other programs, which decided to take forever to launch, and now they're trying to launch in the background, and it's just a whole pain in the neck. Anyway. So, thankfully though, this is not the extent of what we can do. The Selena is drastically more powerful. This is the fastest one in terms of recharging and getting back into things. It's probably the one I'm going to end up sticking to. However, the not Selena, it's a completely different name in this game, is pretty decent for the most part. That's the one that has the most hefty damage. And for the most part, we're going to try to avoid fighting as much as possible. I guess you could call this the Armored Core Pacifist run. In a way. I mean, this is like the full conservation run. We're not using any energy while hovering around like this. We're basically not even firing a single shot. It's this weird drone thing, and it just kind of flies around and does all the damage for us. Main reason that we're fighting this guy is because he's actually one of the most lucrative wins in the entire arena. While you do get a pretty good generator from Thunderhouse, I believe it is, later, at this point, this guy gives you 2 small missile launchers that are worth like 80k. So it basically lets you upgrade whatever you want to upgrade. Alright, still no clue if there's any kind of chat or anything going on. Do love how everything seems to be on a technical down and out here today. What a fine all-nighter evening. Come on, you weird pod thing. Please reload already. So yeah, the machine gun MG will reload 1 shot about every second or so. So yeah, you do have functionally infinite ammo, it just takes a really long time. Whereas the one that you get at the end of the game, you basically get 2 what are effectively laser rifle shots that fire at once. That thing recharges in about 20 seconds, and you get about 10 shots back. So not quite as fast as this, but generally you're getting better DPS out of it. And meanwhile, the Selena ends up recharging all of its shots at once in the course of about a minute. It's probably the best value in some cases for sustained fighting and all that. But yeah, for a general purpose, this one does the job best. Because you can kind of have a lot of control over where it goes and when and how and all that. Alright, just a few shots to go. I mean, you thought the Silky was a bad energy machine gun. I guess at least this thing's infinite. There's that. I really can't complain. I mean, as much as I've seen a lot of flack shown towards this particular energy core, specifically for early 3rd gen, honestly, it's pretty solid as far as just an extra little bonus. Especially if you're one of those folks that never use overboost. Like personally, I just never use OB. It's just not my cup of tea. Alright. Let me do a quick little bit of troubleshooting here. See if I can get Streamlabs working again. Alright, wait for the program to respond. There we go. Now it seems we're back. So I didn't realize my mic wasn't working until almost the end. Ah, oh, that sucks! That sucks, Beal. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I always had that issue with videos. It's like every friggin' time, the most awesome ones are the ones that just nothing ever happened. Alright, so. Congratulations on your first victory. We hope you continue to advance through the ranks. Blah blah blah. Here you go. Have some missile launchers. So these suckers are amazing. I guess it's like 60k, not 80k. Doesn't matter. Let's just get the optional that we need. So basically, right off the bat, what we want is energy weapon power and fire rate, which we can't really get, and energy use would be ideal as well. We'll buy those as time permits, but at the very least, we have some juice at this point. In that case, we're just going to go ahead and upgrade our head. I probably want to go for the Ratchets down the line. But, let's see, I would do the job. This one's pretty alright, but it's too rich for our taste, but good old chicken head's going to have to do the job this time. What are you guys thinking on the color scheme for this thing? What do you think? So he's having a lot of fun too. Wife wanted to load highlights onto YouTube even if no one's watching the stream. Can't do that with no mic though. Well, that's when you go and like do commentary over it. Like the blue. Alright. Fair enough. That looks alright. No, can do the defend the arena. I think secure mine's gonna be the easiest. No real point in getting consort for this one.
Raven, destroy all forces occupying the facility. Avoid damaging any of the mine equipment.
In fact, you know what? I think just for this run, let me adjust one thing. Because I'd like to... D-pad left. Let's go ahead and make that this. That's gonna really tire out my thumb otherwise. There we go, nice and easy. Running through about half the ammo there. You can reload it pretty quick. Yeah, the only downside is you really have no control over where it'll decide to aim. Right. So we need about 4 for each of these guys. We're getting a price penalty, or a income penalty for every one of these things they destroy, so that's not going to be ideal here. As they completely shred the room some more. This is one of those ones that you can actually go negative early on. Stop these dang little Roombas. And actually, that was, funnily enough, these little Roombas are one of the reasons that I thought this kind of run would be impossible. Because for some reason, I thought destroy the computer wasn't optional. I have no idea why. I always end up doing that one. It's kind of a boring mission, but it's really quick, so whatever. But it's basically the one where you go through Gallant, and you get to the very end, you just blow up a computer, and then you leave. For some reason, I thought that wasn't optional. No clue. Alright, we're just going to sit here and recharge real quick. I'm just going to do this every now and then if there's a safe area. Alright. Nice. Zone partner took him out. Last one.
Destruction of all enemy targets confirmed.
Done and done. Why, thank you. Yeah, it's not a terrible run. Should be some pretty interesting stuff later on. Like, I know actually breaking into the controller is going to be a whole pain in the neck. Escort transport is impossible. Defend Nair Bridge is improbable but doable. We can do it, but I don't think we're going to get the pancake head.
A Raven.
Combat system engaged. There isn't much room to maneuver. Watch your footing.
I like this one. It's nice and relaxing. Whoosh. This part of the bridge looks identical to the other one, but it's safe. Nice. Okay. Done and done. I love ruining that one on purpose. It was kind of cutting it close. I wasn't sure how it was going to act on the way down, but yeah. Alright, that's one that you can fail while it's telling you succeeded. By falling off the bridge. Right, end rebellion. No, we can do that one actually. Escort transport is still impossible.
Combat system engaged. There are 4 generators spaced throughout the factory. Get moving.
It's funny how this of all maps manages to last through like 4 or 5 sequels. It's like this and Crest Base are around through pretty much all of 3rd gen. There's one. I was really hoping to have the ones up here taken care of before heading down, but that might not be an option. I think we're gonna have to make that second loop.
Target disabled. 2 more to go.
Come on, at least take out this guy. There we go. That'll do. Not enough to finish off that guy. This part's really fun if you have overboost. So you can just kind of overboost on your way down there, and then you just do this whole like slidey thing through all here. Kind of feels like playing Warhawk. Like the original PS1 version. I guess to some extent the PS3 version too, but eh. That was a totally different game. Honestly, not entirely sure why they even decided to combine those. There's really no need to use that IP for it.
Now secure the factory.
Come on. Now, to my knowledge, there's no real way to speed up the EO timer, like in terms of its recharge time. Seems like it's kind of its own like little frame counting mechanic, if I were to guess. So aside from like say going to a corner and holding down fast forward like this, I don't think there's any other way to do it. Alright, let's do this thing. Oh yeah, no, this thing is complete. This thing is just dumb fire almost all the time. But yeah, that's it's still workable. Okay, that part was less than ideal. EO. Care to, there we go. Yeah, it's like a weird conveyor belt type situation. I think there's supposed to be a elevator here. Or you can take an elevator here, but you can also just slide down. Thankfully, this kind of stuff is very, very rare.
Of all targets confirmed.
Mission complete. Combat system disengaged.
What will be rough, though, is that weird run that I was just talking about, and that part that's not going to get published because it was... Yeah, it was just bad, to be honest. It was just an hour of One Vision that literally went absolutely nowhere. So basically all of the One Vision solo run, except for the like 10% in which we got all the way to Chapter 4. But yeah. So the plan was for a vanilla run on that one that is just made of pure unmitigated pain, and kind of looking forward to that one. Okay, so next order of business, we should be able to afford one of these little side grade dailies now. So, fire rate, sure, not perfect considering we're already burning through it fast enough, but hey. Sometimes you need a little bit of DPS going on. Defend testing grounds is going to be nearly impossible. Escort is going to be impossible. Defend monorail is fine. I think we'll just we'll get Spartan. He's been the real MVP so far. Dude's big. Big and reliable.
Security
Says there are more G's heading this way. We still don't have power.
We still don't have power.
Radar active. Targets closing.
What they mean is they've spawned now. So yeah, this thing shreds real good now. It's got some pretty solid damage on it, but yeah, it's the drain that's a problem. It's already 80% through our ammo, and we're not even one wave in. So yeah, we are doing this on hard mode, by the way. Not sure how many folks are here for that part. Basically means occasionally there's just little extra things added to missions, occasionally see little bits and pieces change here and there.
Second wave approaching.
Well, hold on, my batteries are still recharging. And my dude's almost dead. And we gotta survive 3 waves here, so... it's a little bit rough. I mean, usually they don't actually do their job terribly well. But like I said, this run is kind of just made of pain.
Do something.
Dude, I'm trying. I am now trying substantially less, considering that our dude just died. Come on, Dinky Laser, you know you can do this. Like I said, thankfully they're pretty easy to aggro off their actual main objective here, so... hopefully we can still get this done. They're taking somewhat reduced damage because they're getting hit on the shield. Come on. This thing does no damage. Not gonna lie, this ain't looking too promising right now. Maybe I should have actually gone for Fragile. I swear, these things run out of AP eventually. I mean, there we go. That one managed to.
Third wave approaching.
Please, no. Yeah, I was really hoping doing this badly would mean that the third wave never got here. Probably should have spared that guy now that I think about it. Well, there goes the nonchalant conductor. Right. So that was total success. Like I said, we'll give them all an honest shot. Sometimes stuff's just not going to go well. And for that one, it's hilarious. Oh no. Oh no, that's not what I meant. No. Nope, nope, nope. What I meant to do was hire Fragile. Hopefully it'll give us a third chance to do it. Usually it just disappears after your second failure, but let's see. What I wanted to do was hire Fragile, because he's the one that comes with pulse cannons, and you can just sort it out real easy. It's okay, they rebuilt him since last time. Don't worry about it.
Combat system engaged.
You have no idea how happy I was when For Answer came out, and they're like, hey, guess what, we have a consort system too. I'm like, yes, it's my Armored Core 3 stuff. I love that. Like, I loved how basically up until Nexus it was just a thing that happened.
Active. Targets closing.
And then in Last Raven they're just like, no, everything's sad. Just, there's no fun now. You can't cheese anything. I mean, all the cheeses are kind of boring. There we go. See how much better that is? Pulse cannons, man, they solve a lot of problems. I mean, functionally speaking, this thing's kind of like the glaive laser from FTL, which is like, sure, it's got a whole ton of power on it, or the artillery beam, I guess. So it's got a ton of power on it, but the thing is going to take several minutes to charge up.
Second wave approaching.
Alright, Fragile, you got this. We're gonna go take a nap over here. Have fun with that. Good job, Fragile. You got this. I mean, credit to him, he's doing an okay job.
Approaching.
Just really appreciate that well, you've got Apple Boy as kind of like your main, almost rival character. Not really rival so much as like your friend character throughout the entire game. Always hear, wow, really, it was one guy? There's one guy we had to beat to get the... whatever. Couldn't remember exactly what the trigger was for how many you had to beat. But apparently it's just to get it to the last two. But as the Souls community calls it, the bro character that's around for everything. And Fragile is basically your guy that ends up more than likely getting tragically killed off halfway through. They didn't really feel like planning him into future missions, so he presumably just retires after the Fall in the Lab thing. Anywho. Yada yada yada. We should probably save this before anything. Man. All my saves actually exist on this one. Which was a little depressing recently because my when the Vita thing had failed, there were a whole bunch of saves on there that I never managed to get back. It's great. Escaping MT is very possible. Infiltrators is possible, but I hate that one. Rescue Survey Team is pretty easy on this, and it has the hover part, or it has the booster part.
Combat systems engaged.
So yeah.
Survey team needs assistance. Hurry up and find them.
Move it! We need help now!
Now that guy retired from subway operator to survey team real quick. I love how it's literally the same guy doing the same voice. They're just like, no, it's completely different. They're in entirely different missions, one mission apart. What are you talking about? There we go. So those boosters will do a pretty good job.
Survey team identified. Ensure they get to the escape point.
Yeah, about that. It's more like we'll tank a bunch of shots for them. Here are these hovering ones. Alright, it's not quite going to be enough. That will, but I don't know if we'll have enough for the next drone now.
Enemy reinforcements are
Yeah,
closing.
these guys are not going to be as much of a threat. Because we can just tank all the hits for them. I need to be able to save some shots for up ahead, so can't really do that.
Stop them!
Right. Now from this point, they should be safe. Quick little snipe there just for safety.
Thanks for the
And
help.
there we go. That's how that one is done. Again, can call it a pacifist run, because it's accidentally going to be going for minimal loss of life. Out of curiosity, how's the sound? Escaping MT, destroy bridge. Infiltrators, definitely not doing that one because I just really don't like it. These two both give good stuff. Water supply definitely the more lucrative of the two. MT's alright, also has a part, but I think we'll probably just go for the safeguard water. Okay, so we can get our conservation unit now. Actually, I think we'll just go for these two instead. Nice thing about this core is it's just got expansion slots for days, so you can just upgrade everything. Dandy. Yeah, this one's pretty easy to do. There's not too much you gotta actually do in it, and
Footholds are
on top of the fact that it gives a pretty penny on its own, you get this right here. So you get the double mid-missile launchers, which are, I think, like 30k each or something. And this came up before, so somebody was asking if I ever speedran this before, and yeah, I did do a few speedruns a few years ago. And I came within a few minutes of the world record, but then found out that the timing was off, and then just didn't really quite feel like doing anything to try to correct that past that point. So I was like, you know what, I did it fast that one time. It's good enough. Not interested in trying any record or whatever. Tactic Soaker, on the other hand, I'm fairly certain that I can actually beat the record on that one. If I were to have a few days to practice it out someday.
Gate 5 opened.
There's gate 5, and with that, we can go ahead and get in there, get the pod taken out. That second door is a decoy. This leads to nowhere. Skip this guy for now.
The water blocking the way has been
Jesus. Oh, another thing that actually came up before. The sound on the PSP isn't actually odd, I just prefer having sound bubbles like this. And despite the fact that it looked like I had shot myself in my own head there, that was actually the laser shooting in front. It looks fine. Don't worry about it.
the canister is secure. I'll notify Mirage.
And I'm sure they'll care. Considering that they literally throw a bunch of missiles into a fishing spot later on in the series for basically no reason. Also, holy crap, some of our neighbors are getting high as hell, because that is most definitely not a skunk anymore. Whew. That reeks. Alright. There we go, those are the ones that sell for 80k. Alright, so we should be able to wrap up our optionals. What we want to do, improve energy use, and I mean, I guess energy damage reduction, and that's about it, really. We got plenty of slots, but honestly, there's not much else I want to get. I'll replace our Lego arms with something, but honestly, our build is almost where I want it. Chicken Head's fine up till the end of the game. We can maybe get some heavier arms here, get a bit more bulk. Kind of like these ones. They just look cool. We had Lego arms, now we've got jacked Lego arms. Been working out. When you don't have legs, you need to work the arms extra hard.
Raven, there isn't much time. Hurry up and set the charges.
Yeah, this is one of the ones that you see on the speed run. Because by this point you basically just use the quails to do that quick little hover skip. Over and over and over.
You have 3 left. You have 2 left. 1 more to go. All demolition charges planted.
No. Let me get in the door, you dicks. I was like trying to get into this door, but ended up getting stun locked by the missiles there. Bit of a side note here, was very, very surprised by one of my calls earlier. So I've been doing a sales job as of lately. Oh, Crossback, alright. Crossback's fun. Yeah, I've been doing a sales job as of lately. I was kind of surprised because there was one that I could have sworn was an absolute just no-go earlier today. Just for both technical and general interest reasons, and then, sure enough, thing ended up working out. Alright, so Crossback. This is the first one that you can actually fail. As in, first one that you can actually get a game over on. Alright. Hi there, Mech. Hi there, Mr. Cow. Alright. And yes, indeed, it is a hover cow. We milk it for lasers. Alright. I'm just kind of dodging around trying to get some stuff hit here. Yeah, Crossback is hilarious on both versions. Quite frankly, he's just my favorite mid-boss of anything. Because he's supposed to be your mid-boss of the game, he's supposed to be your first sign of, like, this guy, like, you basically take this guy's job. I mean, he's the first AC that these guys hire. Presumably he was just found on Fiverr or something like that. He's like, you know, for like $42.50, I'll you know, maybe show up with my giant killer robot. I swear I've equipped at least one weapon that does damage. And he did. It's the scatter mines. Everything else that he does, not so much. Alright, now we're going to go over here. We're going to hold down the turbo button and just wait for this thing to recharge, because I do not want to sit and wait for it normally. So, hit the button. We'll wait for a recharge to happen. This music sounds really, really weird when it's sped up. And there we go. Now we're good to go. Man, fanfare is gonna be tedious. Actually, we won't even be able to take out Huntress early. Ooh, that is gonna suck real good. So I was asking earlier, I don't know if this is gonna end up actually culminating in anything, but I was asking earlier if Doctor could potentially make cheats to just completely break the game in half. Oh, Crossback didn't even show up! Nice. We did it so badly he never even came. I forgot that's even a thing that could happen. So presumably he just runs away. Man, I love this game. I love it so much. Just all the little details. Alright, defend convoy, prevent capsule theft. I think we're better prepared for this one. Never seen that? Yeah, I know, you gotta do really bad on that one. It's because of how long we took. Crossback actually just bailed. It's so cool, though. Alright, I want to go for the Ratchus, but just that look of the double fins on the back, I love it too much. We just got that nice, like, just off-center fins looking situation. That looks cool. Okay. Yeah, I think we're better set for prevent capsule theft. We'll just do that one. With our... Uh-oh, no. Quit it right away. I don't know if I have the fix for this one. No, just don't even look at the sunset. You see nothing. I apologize if you've got any, like, vision thing going on here. I forgot that map. If you don't have the patch, since this emulator just updated, I don't have the patch on this one. That will just break. In fact, come to think of it, it didn't crash. Maybe I do have the patch. Game settings, enable cheats. More settings. How about these ones? There we go, cheats. Hang workaround, yeah, no, it's there. Attack Mirage is fine. Empty training exercise. Okay, I love this one. I'm just gonna do this one because I love it.
Combat system engaged.
Treat this as you would a real engagement. We hope to see you in top 4.
Alright, so here's what I always like to do for this one. It isn't going to be the one that gets you the 50% ammo upgrade, but that's not going to help us here anyway. I just love always making them hit each other. Because it doesn't count against you. It doesn't work as well with hovers, but still. All you need is for them to miss and hit themselves a couple times. Oh, is it not going to work right now? Fine. Those jukes, though. Right. It's a little weird to dodge missiles like this, but... There we go. And yeah, you can actually, you can use a bunch of anti-missiles and laser anti-missiles and stuff like that to make it to where you basically get rid of 2 or 3 of them right off the bat. So you don't actually have to worry about all of them firing at you and potentially encircling you and stuff like that. And then you just essentially use a bunch of pods to stall out the rest of the fight. It's pretty fun. There we go. High score I've gotten is 3. I've never been able to get the 4th one to go down. It's because time usually runs out by then. Which probably is not what they were hoping to get out of this exercise, but whatever.
Thanks for your help.
And yeah, Reservoir might be my favorite multiplayer map on PS2, but it just looks so weird on the PSP remake. It looks a little bit janky. Alright, we got Attack Mirage. I think that's what we're going to be going for. I just really don't like that particular message. Or that particular mission with the Gulf. Alright, generally speaking, due to how this mission works, Squad 1's usually the best way to go. Just because they end up flying back and forth and just strafing stuff.
We've arrived at the combat.
Do we get Skyhole? Oh, we didn't get Skyhole this time! Occasionally the skybox just rips in half there. It's a quality game with everything fully polished.
Combat system engaged.
Kisaragi has provided a supply vehicle. Take advantage of it if necessary.
And yeah, if you occasionally see some flicker on screen, that means they just loaded in. Take some and shoot at it, EO. Thank you. And yeah, it's mostly the fact that these jets can mostly stay out of the way. Like, the helicopters may cost more, but there's no reason to ever get them because they're just gonna sit there and get shot. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. We're gonna go stall for time using the ammo thing. Where are you, stall car? I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that shadow right there, but I guess it just doesn't exist for the moment. There we go. So if you ever just need to buy yourself a minute in this mission, also it's the only time they use that particular voice, I believe. Which kind of implies that they have automated automated resupply vehicles, which I guess makes sense. And as you can see, so far, pretty much any of the ACs you would have hired, any of the MTs, they would just be toast. Meanwhile, these jets are still flying around, they're still getting kills. They're being good. So all we really have to do is fly around in circles here, and eventually they'll sort this problem out. Yeah, they're not quite as good when they switch over to Alpha and Beta in Silent Line. For some reason they slowed down the jets, but then they sped up the helicopters, but they still just kind of sit in place.
All enemy targets confirmed. Good work, Raven.
Yep, I totally did all the things. Totally not just a turret. Alright, you know what? Quick question. For the Tactics Ogre bit of this whole thing. Oh, we got Ruglin next. Might as well save before that one, because we might end up getting Fluke killed there, but yeah, for the Tactics Ogre section of this whole thing, do you guys want to do level 1 vision, or that weird run that I was talking about attempting? I mean, honestly, I kind of don't know if I want to do that one today. It would just end poorly, but it might be fun to watch. Plus, I was hoping to do that as a separate video thing, I guess. Alright, there we go. Fully out of ammunition just on the first room alone. Beautiful.
Let's head in and give the other AC a hand.
Yep, let's totally give a hand. Now, I'm gonna just go ahead and sit by the door while you guys die.
Watch yourself. This is no ordinary AC.
Alright, there he goes. Cold Heart's next. Open door, please. There we go, he's dead. Open it up now.
The gates are unlocked.
Okay, he could have maybe unlocked it before I got moonlighted, but okay. That works too. So yeah, the triggers to open that door are either both of those guys die and then a few seconds pass, just you end up surviving for I think like 2 minutes or something like that, or the guy dies.
What was that AC doing?
I don't know, but those guys shouldn't have stayed.
Mission complete. Callback system.
Now, I mean, now that you actually ran away from it, I'm not sure what their plan is. Or for that matter, it's weird that you can get an S rank there, thinking about it. Oh wow, both these are gonna suck real good. Right, anything else that we want to buy? Maybe turn speed? I mean, I guess turn speed wouldn't be bad. Would fill those last slots, so at least it looks like it was intentional. It's kind of bizarre that turn speed is 4 slots on this one. You'd think it would be in Formula Front. But no, it's in this one. Alright, we'll do water swells. This is probably just going to be an instant death, but whatever. So if you have arachnophobia, go ahead and tune out for a sec. I don't see this one going well at all. Oh wait, not that way. And yeah, we can do dodge boosts here, but you get energy back between cutscenes anyway. Yeah, I don't think we can even shoot at it. I'll just go ahead and abort them. Yeah, normally you want to stay back in the back part of this room, just kind of snipe away at them, go back and forth, hopefully avoid all of the little stun sprays there. But apparently we don't have a biosensor, so we can't really do any of that. Recover ship cargo can do. Safeguard ally sample, very simple. We'll just do that one. Yeah, the recover ship one's a lot easier than it often gets written off as. Thank you, transport operator, that apparently has no voice lines. Alright. Well, we tried. More than likely that guy's getting finished off, which is fine, because that gives us the hexes.
As long as the sample is intact, Quest asks that you continue the mission.
Actually, no, we don't get the hexes for doing it this way, but honestly, it's fine.
Remove the sample and continue on to the objective.
The hexes are fun, but whatever.
The gate is opening.
Yeah, they know.
AC grinder identified.
I don't believe this head has a biosensor now. I'm pretty sure that's why we weren't able to target the thing. Because I think it uses all the same rules as your normal targeting system. Because I believe getting the expanded lockbox actually does increase your lock-on range with the EO. You just never can see the box. Alright, recover ship cargo, fine. I mean, we can go verify right now, but yeah, no biosensor on this one. Now, doing this one with hover legs is less than ideal, and you might be thinking, hey, how do you even get on the boat? Well, actually, Mr. Cow here is the one who taught me about this one. You can just land on the button. Go figure. This game, man. Never ceases to amaze.
We don't know how long the
So,
sample will float.
I'm pretty sure we need the other one here, but that's fine. So yeah, no 3, it ignores ECM but never tests bio. Yeah, seems so. And there's the first one. Now we need to go across. Or I just flubbed that up. I think I did just mess it up. I took the second one, not the first one, didn't I? Well, way to go, brain. To be fair, this is what happens when you try to do an Armored Core run a few drinks in, but oh well. Dang it. We needed the shelf space. Okay. It's this one. It's actually kind of a funny thing. Like, the wife and I always go to all these different places and find interesting drinks and whatever else, and neither of us really drink. So we just always collect them. Like, oh, they're here. I mean, we'll totally try that someday. And then it just comes down to eventually one day, I was like, okay, I guess it's time to clear the shelf space, so I stopped getting told that they're there. Yeah. For a game about giant killer robots, it's amazing how much of the game you can get by without ever firing a shot. And we're probably gonna get a trigger for the sink down any second now. Because we're about 2 minutes or so, I'd say, under par, so on the way back we'll be getting it probably around circling through the hallway. I was expecting it right there. But it's 5 minutes into the mission where you get that, and then you have 10 minutes to get out. Wait, are we seriously still that much on time? Huh. Alright, whatever. Ignore the fact that you can just kind of see through the wall there. It's the PSP remake, it happens. Really? Okay. Whatever, that works. I probably want to wait for... It's absolutely going to trigger in the middle of this flight, isn't it? I hate hearing that sound in the middle of this. Because then you get up there, you hear just a little clink, and then it skips to the cutscene, and then you lose all your flight momentum. Do you see that dodge just now? Look at that. Things got moves. Yeah, I don't know why it's taking so much longer than usual. This is weird. I could have sworn... There we go. There's no way we were doing it that fast. Especially because I took a wrong turn that one time. I mean, you can get in and out before that scene ever triggers, but still. And now all the little suicide bots and stuff are out. Dang kamikaze droids. I think we're going for a heavy duty generator after all this. AC, can't actually remember how to fly. Now I'm not sure if we're going to go for the cube or if we're going to go for the F-150, as I like to call it. Just the one that looks like it's supposed to be in a big compensation truck. Alright, so before I hop through this one, I'm going to let it recharge a little, because I need some shots. Oh, this is awkward. Okay. So that's done. Alright, so we're not going to be able to fly up there as it stands. I'm just going to hope that this can sort the problem out. There we go. And then there's going to be another one up top. So they're the ones that fire off little kamikaze thingies. Which I guess are more just like floating mines, but it always seemed to me like little self-destruct droids. And yeah, these little ones that are camping the entrances have caused me to fail this one on more than one occasion. Always on weird challenge runs. Especially doing this one overweight just sucked. Basically just meant waiting for an eternity every time that there was a jump to be made.
Mission complete. Callback system disengaged.
Alright. So far so alright. You know what? We're not doing bad. Gone through the 2 main story missions. Next one's Leviathan. No, next one's Rahito. Oh, right. Assault Crest. I mean, technically speaking, I don't think we have to succeed in that one. That's the one that we can just sort of fail outright. Actually, for the purposes of the speedrun, I believe what they do is, I want to say something, they do something, what was it now? It's been about a couple of years, but they end up doing this one in a very particular order. You just basically wait out the first area to some degree, and then they just tell you to clear the immediate area, and that's it.
Area secure. Head to Sector E33. Sector W29 clear.
Yeah, Realmist does not sound like you'd expect him to sound.
Move to Sector S11.
I was kind of picture him like the one little bratty kid from Polar Express. Hey guys, did you know that shotguns are cool? I have lots of them, look. Did you know EOs never run out? I have this one, look. Alright, I think we'll stall out here. You dead now? Might have made some videos on it or something. I'm just gonna stall the mission out here. Yeah. Mostly because I don't really want to wait for, I don't want to wait for this mission to take a million years. There we go. So we're just gonna be sitting here waiting for the EO to recharge over and over. Now, it could be wrong, but I believe the EO uses the energy machine gun sound effect from AC2. Except like a slightly more compressed version.
Facility is ours.
Not compressed, I forget the word right now.
Good work, everyone. That was a textbook operation.
Was it, though? Was it?
Mission complete.
What's funny is that if you do succeed all the way, they're like, oh, it's textbook, only half the team died. To obtain completely worthless information. Alright, this one's pretty easy. Oh, I forgot to... screw it. I forgot to pick up the thingy.
Avoid the lower level. No AC.
Let's see, I believe it's this one. Can't really hear right now, so don't know. Well, fair enough. Alright, so then we got the one to the right. The sound isn't all janky or whatever, is it? One of the very few parts of the game that actually does not have music.
All bombs removed. Please return to base.
Yeah, hop into Volcano, got it. Honestly, don't know if it's on your end or not. It might not be. Let me turn it up a little bit. Did that fix it? I just kind of assumed it was too high. It typically tends to be. Alright, destroy computer. Destroy germs, recovered datums. Right, first off, generator. Then we get him the datum. Alright, there we go. Yeah, recovered data is a weird one. Basically, you're only hiring somebody for the purposes of having them sit there and delay. Because the actual mission requires basically nothing from you.
System engaged.
But the about a minute or so afterwards, where everything's surrounding you and shooting at you, not so great.
All units.
Yes. Get away from those capsules.
Roger.
And I believe it's something like if you destroy a couple of the gun emplacements, you automatically get destroy gun emplacements after this. He's over there saying, "Oh man," because he got injured. If you didn't know, by the way, it's a little hard to hear, but all of your AI companions actually do have voice lines for all their stuff.
All data capsules retrieved. The transport should arrive shortly, but in this weather...
Man, you know what? Lane Myers would be so out of place in Nexus.
Locate your position.
It's like in Nexus, like, oh no, you can't do this to the pilots. Pilots and mercenary rights and all that. Over here, they're like, yeah, survive. Survive or die, man, that's how you get paid. Sink or swim, we don't want any newbies around here. Although, that being said, of course, End of Nexus is just super weird. Actually, Mr. Cow, you ever end up playing Nexus yet? I forget if you did or not. And then we dance in the rain. Little bit. Man, you gotta get to the ending. So you gotta go have opinions on that.
The rain is letting up. We're moving in.
It let up slightly.
Thanks for waiting. Let's get you out of here.
What took you so long, you joik?
Mission complete. Callback system disengaged.
But yeah, what'd you think about it so far? Alright. There am moolahs. Destroy computer, we can't do. Destroy germ cancers, we don't want to do. Okay, I'm at least going to show what I was talking about for this one in terms of why it can be done. Which, by the way, this mission is really fun because if you end up discarding any weapons, they just sort of hover in air and hop up and down for a while. It's fun stuff. Alright. Right, it's right, and then it's the opposite. Honestly, the design for this place is pretty lazy. It's just literally, we made 3 rooms, and then we copy-paste them in the backwards order. Time for a lunch break. But I'm not expecting to need to go back, because we're only here to show how this cannot be done in this run. Because I legitimately thought that you had to do this one or else it just wouldn't continue. Which I guess makes sense because it's a pretty low... while you do need this, technically story-wise, you just sort of get it anyway. So, the idea is supposed to be that you destroy this computer in order to get into Rahito, and then you go get through Rahito's computer, and then that kind of stuff happens. But, here we are. So you get to right here, and the idea is, if you were able to get one of the Roombas in here, then maybe you could angle yourself in some weird way to make this work. But the only enemy that's kind of within range is over that way, and you can't really trick it into attacking that way unless... See, like, if this was Nexus or LR, probably, I'd probably be able to, like, jam into there or something. But so far, this is the awkward problem that we have. You just get here and you just can't attack it in any way. Because all the enemies over here are just slightly off. If you could just barely get yourself in there, you can glitch yourself into the wall or something, it might be possible, but yeah. The only other way would be as if this Roomba goes back and forth several times by the door, but after that first encounter, like if it goes back and forth several times, you can make it so that you miss enough times to blow up the computer, fine. Or actually, I have to think of it. Wonder if it can blow up the computer. Can we trick the Roomba? Can we make Trader Roomba happen? The Legend of Trader Roomba. Alright, we're getting like one of his machine gun shots every time now. See if we can get his exact lock-on calculation right. Come on, Trader Roomba. Come on. Who's a good Roomba? Come on. Come on. Come on, you can. Oh, you brought a friend. What a good Roomba. What do you guys think? Will this work? Yeah, that was like a good solid 4 or 5 shots on it. This thing does take a pretty okay amount of punishment, but all their shots should still count. Oh my god!
Get to the escape point.
Yes! That actually works! Holy crap. Oh, nice. This is why I love challenge runs. This kind of dumb crap right here is what I always love to discover. Because I've always wanted to know if there's any way to do this game, like, as pacifist as possible. And that right there is one of those ways out. Which I guess is really just this run in a nutshell, like, can you beat it without a gun? And so far the answer is yes, you can beat Sick Robot Game without gun. Whoosh. You just gotta whoosh real good. Alright. 2 rooms left. Just gotta whoosh real good down this hallway, which, by the way, I don't know if you ever uploaded it, but Mr. Cow had a video here of this one being the most profitable mission potentially in the series. At least in AC3 for sure. Heckin' yer. That's how it's done. So what do you hire this guy for? Well, they've got a reputation of aggressively doing nothing. I mean, can you imagine if we get to defend Mirage Base with this crappy build? or a support Crest Assault, rather. Whatever the hell it is.
Combat system engaged.
I don't know, I just hate these 2 missions because you can't see Jack.
That's 1. 4 to go. Two down. There are 3 left. Only 2 more remaining.
Yep, so that'll be another half hour for my EO to recharge. And we'll get right on that. Please, oh please don't give me your crappy mission after all this amazing delay. Thank you. Now, in the original, I remember it sucked. Like, you basically, if you wanted your Sawa, you had to go out of your way to get it. Like, it was something along the lines of you had to do this entire mission and sweep all 5 in, like, under 20 seconds or some crap. I remember it took absolutely ages as a kid, but in this one, I believe it's just based on reputation and doing it under 5 minutes or something. It actually might not have a timer anymore. I think it's literally just off your corporate connections. Alright, Apple Boy, you maybe want to, I don't know, assist a little bit here. I think we're about 5, 6, maybe 10 shots away from... Definitely not 5. Nope, definitely not 8. Maybe 10? 10 was the right answer.
All targets destroyed.
Incoming transmission.
Mission complete.
Good.
Combat system
Good.
is engaged.
Support Crest is such a dumb mission. It's like, it's one of those ones that should be way more fun than it is, because it's basically a giant last stand, but no thanks. Alright, secure train, kind of fun. Destroy Kisaragi, I'd love to skip that one if we could. Yeah, I mean, this one's probably fine. This is the one where Fnatic will turn on you if you accidentally hit her too many times.
We've arrived.
Combat
It's kind of an odd gimmick for a mission, but whatever.
Raven, let's work together.
And I believe if you don't get enough kills, she'll also turn against you. Like, if you don't get any kills, rather, she'll just decide that they need to be taken out. But then if it's just a friendly competition, it's pretty easy. Yeah, she is an absolute nightmare on this map, so definitely don't piss her off. Nope, 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 nope. But yeah, she loves driving in front of you for that exact reason. Again, I'm not sure why they chose that as the gimmick for this fight, but yeah. But yeah, she absolutely loves running in front of your shots. Now, I don't know if they ever explain who this group is. Like, I think it's Mirage. Like, they just sort of have some neutral warlord groups that are attacking in the intro, that are attacking here. There's just somebody constantly trying to take on Train City for some reason. And I don't think they're ever confirmed to be Union.
What's wrong? You're falling behind.
Oh. Yeah. So, fun note, and I might be wrong on this, but as far as I'm aware, when it comes to what counts as a kill or not, as long as you're the one, as long as you're firing and getting a destroy notification, beat her with EO. Oh yeah, let me get right on that. Let me just go ahead and cancel all my meetings for the next 8 weeks. It's funny because seriously, Tactics Ogre throwing rock only would legit be faster than trying to do kill all with EO only. I think in this game. But
I'm picking up something.
yeah, as long as you get the destroy notification, I believe the game still triggers as you getting a kill there, for the sake of fairness. I could be wrong on that, but I'm fairly confident in that assumption. Alright, feel free to shoot anytime now, EO. Thank you. Now, I mostly am basing this off the fact that that's the way it seems to work with the Gydos mission, the Protect the Arena. Because yeah, you get rated for every kill that you make there, and it seems like if you end up counting it up, if you are shooting at something, even if you both hit it at the same time, you will still get the destroy notification because you've shot it during the time that it's currently going through its self-destruct. So you end up getting credit for the kill there. And by the way, Mr. Cow, I don't believe this thing actually ignores ECM, because right now these guys are throwing out ECM, and it's unable to target them. Like right there. As Red Eye tries to get shot once again. I suppose it's fitting that she's the one showing up here at what looks like an airport during a nighttime mission, but yeah. Alright, there we go. She's shotgun that guy.
Raven, what are you doing?
Oh, come on! What is your deal? I might as well just not even attack the whole rest of the mission because she's seriously about to turn on me. But yeah, this entire mission is made for you guys to fight each other. Alright, where do you go? Nailed
This
it.
is Red Eye. I'm returning to base.
There we go. See? Successfully managed to avoid accidental self-defensive murder.
Destroyed. Good work.
Mission complete. Callback system.
That's weird. I mean, only theory I can come up with is probably if you don't have a weapon, it considers this as your primary, like, FCS kind of lock-on system. So maybe it counts similarly to the normal one, and maybe if you have multiple, it kind of layers behind some of the systems and isn't affected. Like maybe it's a priority thing. Okay, gotta do destroy Kisaragi. This one's really annoying. I mean, in fact, for this one, I believe I'm actually going to take first position on it. So you can do two different positions on this one. First position gets you into an area with a bunch of those mine MTs and whatever else, just into a big old wall of them. Second one makes you fight a bunch of shotgun MTs.
I'll hold this.
Yes, 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 I'm sure you will. These, the little death dolphins. Would you freaking shoot? Oh my goodness, nope. Yeah, again, please explain to me how the hell Street Enemy survives this crap. Because I think he used cheats. Let's see, I'm blanking on the names of the mission where you fight Shotgun Guy up close after activating 3 things. That would be Rahito Hell. Infiltrate Rahito Lab. That's one of the mandatory ones. No, you're actually, no, you're mixing up the 2 different Rahito missions. The first Rahito mission has the ECM MTs, the second one doesn't. Because the first one you're just going in to get the passcodes, the second one you're inexplicably still going to get in the passcodes, but that time you actually put them in. And yeah, the first time the ECM pods come out after the alarm system triggers, and then in the second one, you're basically going and undoing the alarm system, and then after you collect the info and punch in the 3 codes, that's when you go into the second part there, and that's where you fight Nocturne. That one is some bullcrap. It's gonna suck on this this challenge, guarantee you. Because like the big weird part with that one is sometimes it's safer to just bum rush through, other times it's safer to just not. But it's always hard to call. Holy sweet Jesus! No! Hello, we are all the drones. Nice to meet you. I mean, you can only describe that many drones as a freedom of drones. Also, these guys have heat rifles apparently. What? Why do these guys have heat rifles? What sick, twisted bastard put that in place? No, they need rapid-fire heat rifles, guys. This makes sense. I mean, from a lore perspective, yeah, it absolutely makes sense. I'm just saying that guy's a dick. Plus side, though, we do know that apparently each one of these rooms seems to function off an ammo counter for their drones, because then they only seem to be able to fire 4 of them before no more are allowed to spawn. And I think that might potentially be counted based on room.
Are there more?
Nope, there's just Clazen. He's a professional, you know.
Situation under control. Go ahead.
Oh, crap, right, we get first position. Screw this noise. So, safest bet with this guy is always just to run him out of ammo. Now, the one benefit of having first position on this is that, yeah, you can kind of control what stuff he's running out of ammo for. If you're running second position, then you essentially have to protect the guy right away, meaning that you can't really run him out of anything, and more than likely he's just dead before you get anything done. And this map is made to be a douche to hovers. Just get stuck on tiny little platforms. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. He definitely feels tougher here. But it's only because of these stupid platforms. Like, you just get stuck in them all the time. Now, I believe it's a 2-minute timer for Street Enemy to show up, but even then he's not really much help. Usually you're the one defending him. But yeah, no, he feels way tougher in this one. Just because you get stuck on those little platforms, the mid-rockets hit you, and in the arena, he's never going to hit with those things. Okay, pulse generators, or steal the access program. There you go, this is the one that you were talking about, Mr. Cow, so we can test it out. There's one of the
The
ECM
program
bots.
is on one of the lab's
Let the other guy go first. Yeah, no kidding. That's weird. That's super weird. So yeah, apparently it'll ignore those ECMs. But I guess stealth and ECM must be different systems. Or yeah, I guess the other ones must be counted as stealth then. And yeah, I would let the guy go first, but honestly, it's sometimes just as bad, if not worse. Oh, wait a minute. No, you know what? This run might well be impossible now that I think about it. It just occurred to me that's the mission that was the actual blocker. It wasn't destroy the computer. It's Death Hallway. Because we can get through everything else, how the hell do we get past Death Hallway? Because we need to be able to shoot into the blue eyeball thing, which I don't think there's anything that can fire at it from the other side. I guess technically speaking, we could just fire a mine at it and just say that it doesn't count. I'm not sure the turrets can hit it. It's really, really cramped. Oh wait, that was the right way. I don't know. We'll see that when we get there. I love how they have this mission here just as a little heads up for like, hey guys, Rahito's gonna suck in a minute, just FYI. Science, exactly.
Exactly.
Right. So radar, just do crest. Let's do crest and fail it. Take Apple Boy because he's the best. He's the man of golden delicious goodness.
Enemy units directly ahead.
The Gala of awesomeness. The
Make
Granny
sure
Smith of
transports are
pain.
protected.
Comes and brings down the crispy tartness. Yeah, I like this defense mission quite a lot more than the other ones because you're actively defending them. Instead of just like, oh, a bunch of stuff spawned to go fight it.
Fighter jet
Exactly.
detected.
Fitter Jotes! Where's the Fitter Jotes? Where are the Borgies? Heh. Yeah, I'm gonna hit that. Check it out, I'm a turret. Yeah, usually this weird twitchy method's a pretty good way to do it. You gotta make sure to jump off right before they go out of area, though. Now, for that one, we have to get Appleboy to just dress up as Vader or something. Priorities, EO. Priorities. Also, one of the few times that you'll see MTs actually programmed to attack in a specific way. Because they'll actually sit there and pop out their cannons. Just takes off and it's still animation. Also, you're trying to tell me this thing isn't a snow speeder? Look at all this zipping and zooming. Oh, I thought that was him telling us that we did a good job. We've been lie bamboozled. Where's our cover? We are the cover. It's quite literally accurate. Also, I mean, can you really be surprised when you call them Rogue Squadron and they go rogue? I mean, at that point, really, we're just kind of asking for it to happen. Why would they be on mission, you know?
Raven, they're retreating. Good job.
I mean, if you say so, Lane. If you say so. This totally looks like a route to me.
Returning to base.
You can tell by all the missiles flying towards bases. Alright, so defend Crest HQ, this one is going to be 100% impossible because we cannot actually hit them. They'll just slowly drift away. So I'm just going to fail it right away, as you do.
Combat system engaged.
They're just going to... I mean, they're just going to hover out of the way. Stop the ATSTs, maybe. For now. Alright, so we got Leviathan next. Speaking of AT whatchamacallits. Maybe this will, I guess this will be an AT SB, it's like a submersible or something. We'll allow Suburban King, cause he's got a shotgun. A laser shotgun. Which makes us laser friends.
Combat system engaged. AC part acquired.
RC acquired. AIs, why do you do this? Alright, that's everything I got for now. Video the Rogue Squadron mission on Discord later. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. I'm fairly certain I remember which one you're talking about. Ah, lame. Don't do that cheap, unmitigated lame, sir. That is clearly a solid thing you're shooting through. And my friend has decided to go on vacation, so... I mean... Really? Okay, there's a chance here we might be able to get a third run on him. Right about there. Yeah, this was the part where the adieu run couldn't continue on anywhere. Alright, he's toast. We got one last Hail Mary run here. Yeah, that's it. That's all we got. Probably should go for Joker for the support. Well, at least we didn't sink. Yeah, we're really close to the end here. So it's basically this one, then it's Magna Ruins, and then it's Rahita Lab, then it's Massive MT, and then it's Death Hallway, then it's the final mission. Ooh, wait, crap, did not mean to. Screw it.
Combat system engaged.
Leroy! Yeah, no, we're about to just completely bite it here. I was a little bit curious if I could make it hit itself. Come to think of it. Alright, so, Mr. Cow. I'm always trying to find the little equivalence between Tactics Ogre and FFT, since, you know, the whole weird, like, child-grandparent-parent situation thing they got going on there. So there's one particular thing. There's one particular run that I've been considering lately. Probably just gonna end up doing videos rather than streams, because it's gonna take an ungodly long time to actually pull off, but the idea was a run that was functionally like doing the thing entirely solo, but never using a store for anything. So like, no putting together equipment, no anything that you would normally do, quite frankly. So it's entirely just like looting random crap that's lying around and attempting to somehow turn that into a viable strategy. And then I was planning to also combine that with the idea of basically having 3 lives to actually pull off the entire thing, plus all of its DLC and whatever. Now, Is there an FFT equivalent of that? Like, have you heard of anybody doing like a no store run of that? Is that a thing that happens? No, there we go. That was a pretty clean EO run right there. Joker can maybe pull his weight one of these days. But yeah, it was inspired by this RuneScape run that I was watching, in which this guy basically locked himself into a swamp and then more or less had to figure out some really ghetto ways of figuring out how to get through the entire thing. Like to the point of, at one point, maxing out an entire skill in an MMO for the purposes of getting a chance to roll a 1 in like 8200 drop for a particular weapon that isn't even particularly difficult to get a hold of any other time. Alright, that was a pretty clean run. I'd say I've never heard of it, but it seems perfectly viable. I mean, I assume the route at that point would be steals and mediators. I mean, that's not necessarily much of a... Well, it is kind of a thing in TO, I guess. Like, the TO equivalent would be a recruit, but there's no recruit for that run either. Like, I forgot to put that in the rules list. But in that case, it would essentially just get somebody and all their equipment. But even then, you would actually never be able to get the craftable stuff. Like, for vanilla TO, it's kind of, like, you know all of your end game, you know, like, deep dungeon stuff and all that type of thing. Essentially, all of that is locked behind, like, you go to your equivalent location, you pick up all of those items, and then usually it ends up being locked behind a second layer of crafting a better version that's like... I'd say like about 10-15% better across the board. But you end up having to go and get a bunch of different materials for it, and then upgrade it, and then for some reason they put a really low chance for it to succeed. It's just kind of a dick move on that part, but for the most part, it's a bit more difficult to get a hold of stuff without that.
Target destruction.
Okay, so aside from the fact that the emulator almost just had a seizure, frickin' nailed it! That's how it's done, and my helper didn't even do very much. So it took like, what, 7 or 8 EO runs? This is on hard, by the way, so... Not bad. Right, Magna Ruins. This one's gonna suck. Typically I use Ashanti for this one. I tried Dominus this time. See if it does anything different. Without... You're messing up? Nope. Nope, for some reason the syncing animation decided to make the emulator just gag on its own self.
Raven, it's an ambush.
What? It's not any kind of bush, thank you. Yeah, like those ECM bots, fine. These stealth bots, still stealth. In this case, I'm probably better off going in to help, because I want my MT helper to be able to help out. Because usually the AC will be, one of the ACs, especially Huntress, will be dumb enough to just fly into a rock.
There's no place for you in this world.
Oh, piss off.
Die, rebel! Taking heavy fire!
Oh, she got wrecked immediately. I'm thinking the not Selena might be a potential viable option at this point. Like this guy, I'm not too worried about because we have his weakness. He likes to hide in corners. We're going to be able to hit consistently with that. Oh, I never realized that they actually have a statement saying that their MT's blowing up. Like I know they did do the usual like, oh no, but I never heard the it's gonna blow. She especially will just take punishment on punishment from this. Plus side, seems like the perfect environment to run them out of ammo. Ooh, she's out of energy. We'd be able to capitalize on that if we had a weapon that shot more than 0 damage at one time. And yeah, Fanfare is stuck on the opposite end of the wall, so this is the perfect time to deal with her. Is she actually out of shots? She actually very well might be. If she's acting like that. Or not. What an amazing weapon. See, the EO is basically like the blade, except, you know, at long range and somehow less accurate. Somehow less accurate than a laser knife. Alright, she's smoking though. Or at least looked like she was there for a second. And unfortunately Mr. Big Boy's gotten free, so that's a problem. Yeah, she's not even smoking yet. Before you say, because I saw somebody had this opinion last time, yes, they can run out of ammo. It's something I do a lot of the time. It just always seems like they have more shots in the missions, even though they really don't, just feels that way. Main reason that they're oftentimes weaker in other incarnations when you find them is because a lot of times they'll come in with half health. And in hard mode, when doing the missions, they come in full. Sorry, gotta scratch my nose. Cool thing is that Fanfare is still firing in the background, so every shot that he misses is another potential win here. Like, yeah, when you're going and fighting them in the arena, it's like, oh, you know, it's doing like 150 damage. Okay, fine. In the context, it's fine. You can DPS race. In this case, you know, fighting 2 ACs at once after fighting a whole bunch of stealth MTs, a bit of a different story, because you can't spare that health anymore. Nice. Okay. So, now to convince... Oh, crap. Okay, now I gotta get this guy to miss all this stuff. He's probably gonna hit me with torpedoes. If he hasn't wasted them all. He's got torpedoes, and then mid-rockets, hand rockets, and that friggin' howitzer. Then once he's out of all that nonsense, he's got nothing, he doesn't really have anything to back it up. His torpedoes tend to fail a lot of the time, but that was not one of those times. Let's see. AC2, don't know about every mission, but can confirm that Zeo and City Suppression, they get unlimited ammo. Yeah, AC3 is when they started getting limited ammo, I believe. Outside of the missions, or outside of the arena. Alright, let's see if we use the big one this time. Maybe do a little bit better. Oh. Maybe I should take a quick nap before, before the next stream. Okay, we don't need rate of fire on this one, and that ends up taking all our slots. We should have better stats overall on this one. So we'll see. Now this one does track a bit better, and we're going to try using the shotgun this time. They also tend to do a pretty good job.
Combat system engaged.
It's... Raven, it's an ambush.
Just gonna sit here and be lame. If anything comes by this door, we'll try to take some pot shots at it. So its effective range seems to be shorter. Now that I think about it, with Death Hallway, yeah, there's no way that it would actually work to have the turrets shoot it. Because you just wouldn't have enough time to get through, I would think. That thing takes a lot to bust through.
There's no place for you in this world.
There is. I mean, usually it's at rank A1.
Die, rebel.
Not sure what I even rebelled against, but if you say so, lady. Ah, this thing cannot aim worth jack. What the hell? Don't remember it being this bad. Why does it refuse to aim directly in front of me? Yeah, I had one really good run one time where Fanfare's AI just completely broke and just decided to keep flying into a wall while the MT repeatedly shotgunned him in the back. That was one fine attempt. Whatever, as long as they're missing shots right now. Come on, reload. Yep. Tracks is very slightly better, but that is some seriously piss poor damage. Or at least tracking. I don't know why it goes so far out of its way to try to avoid shooting what's directly in front of you. That's some mind-blowing levels of jank. So yeah, it looks like it's about 30 seconds per total reload. Yeah, I can hear him firing the howitzer off in the background there. Right, really? You're firing like almost a complete 180? Just avoid hitting this one right in front of you? Right, that's an improvement. We'll count that as an improvement. We'll go over to the side here, let him keep throwing away his shots. Oh, those aren't his shots. Okay, that's what it is. He's using his turn, his little turn extensions. Still, we're gonna wait for the EOs to come back. There we go. I mean, aside from some horrendous tracking issues, this thing's power is nothing to scoff at. This feels possible. Alright, got rounds again. It's all down to RNG now. Took too many missile hits. It's all down to whether his scatter shots end up going around stuff and hitting me, or if the EO can actually manage to target him properly. And I've seen one case where he somehow managed to fire through the wall here. So hopefully we don't run into one of those. Okay, he is smoking. Or that might just be his rockets. That's the weird thing. It's really hard to tell whether a AC is smoking or if that's rockets. Oh, he is definitely smoking. Come on. Target any piece of crap. I love how you only aim properly when he's behind a wall. That's how it's done. Alright.
All targets destroyed. Return to base.
Now off him.
Mission complete. Call back to base.
Actually, with how bad the aim is on this thing. Oh right, Rahito. Actually, with how friggin' jank powerful this is, I'm fairly certain this shouldn't be a problem. I mean, sure, I'm sure it'll shoot at the wall half the time, but if there's nothing else to shoot at in the entire facility, in theory we should just be able to do a clean sweep of the place. A little bit tedious, but doable. have you got against aiming forward? Alright. Little Roombas we can leave for now while we reload. Hopefully pick them up on the way back. Take a little bit of scratch damage on the way in. I don't need to worry about clearing this, because we're just going in and out here.
Code key obtained.
It's all reloaded. Nope. I don't even know what you're shooting at over there. No, seriously, what are you shooting at? It's like... That's bizarre. It's like it literally will just pick one that's somewhere nearby, one that's nowhere. Like, that time it was just straight up shooting in a wall. An enemy that didn't even exist. Oh, jeez. Alright, whatever. We don't need to worry about clearing this, so... On, good RNG, good. Alright. Those ones, they can be right on that door, which will claw the ever-loving Christ out of you. It is a purely anti-religious experience. And by claw, I mean repeatedly blade while shotgunning in the face. And I just keep repeating this ad nauseum. Nope, don't do it, you dicks! No, come on! Huh, really? One shot is enough to take them out. Well, that's cool, but... Also, let's run like hell. Thing is, we have to clear this room. And I guess we actually do have to clear that other room, because there has to be nothing else for these things to target. Except for Nocturne. Oh, come on. What are you shooting at? There's one dude! Ah, that's so weird, but it kind of also makes sense, I guess. Because it's kind of balanced in that way, because it's realistically way stronger than it should be. With the fact that it literally can shoot at anything on the map. It's pretty cool. Alright, yeah, we're gonna have to clear out both these rooms. Thank you. Alright. This might be based off radar detection. There we go. It's still trying to hit one of the Roombas over here. Are you frickin' serious right now, man? Thank you. Yeah, I don't remember it ever being this inaccurate. How about you, Mr. Cow? I mean, it almost seems like it has infinite range. It just picks some random enemy on the map to shoot at.
Entering code key.
So in theory, yes, I should go back up there and clear out every single room. Because it's going to be our best bets of actually surviving this thing. Come on, thank you. those couple of shotgun MTs down on the bottom floors. Love to see if it targets them. Yep. That's so weird. Okay, there we are. This is disturbingly low AP for this section, but oh well. Typically you want to have about 6,000 for this fight, so we're just hopefully going to be able to damage rush them down. Alright. Quick target check. Oh, come on. Alright, that's fine there. Okay, as long as we avoid that one specific corner, we're all good. Our pods are on point. Excellent.
Target data acquired. Clear out.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. Thing is, I need this guy gone too. Come on, EO. Anytime now. Excellent. Okay. In the interest of I don't feel like repeating all that, we're just gonna go ahead and do that. Wait for 15.
We're both ravens. Just do what. Don't think about it.
I know there's one shot left, but at this point I'm better off waiting for those full 15 to come back. Any second now. I want to say he's probably got about 6k left. Each one of these should be taking a solid like 500 or so off. For that matter, you really don't see him use his blade that often. But he went for the wave blade there of all things. Alright, perfect. That is a ton of damage off him. I think one more wave should do it. Almost, moan. Come on, get stuck, get stuck, get stuck, get stuck somewhere. Nice. Alright. Let's get out of here. We should be safe. Hallway somewhere repopulated. Excellent. of how after everything else gets completely annihilated, they're like, no, send in like 20 Roombas. They're the most effective thing we've got in the local supply closet. Oh, there we go. That is Rahito Hell done. First attempt, no less. I really expected that to take a few tries.
Mission complete.
Alright.
Combat system disengaged.
So now that we know the weirdness of this core, we can work around it a little bit better. Okay, so there's Death Hallway. Thing is, I believe the AC on the other side, I believe you actually... I believe they technically still are there. You see them moving around.
Engaged.
Let's see.
Intruder detected. Activating security system. Receiving mission update. Enemy forces have already reached the reactor's core. There's no time to waste. Intruder detected. Activating security system.
I'm not sure how we'd pull this off exactly, because we can kind of attempt to go back and forth here, but...
Intruder detected. Activating security system.
These things are too close to really make much...
Anomaly detected. Core temperature rising. Something is wrong.
Yeah, they don't spawn on the other side until you do something. I think what I'm gonna do is just allow one use of the... maybe like the inside napalms or Parry Blade or something. Because this... I mean... because basically the lasers are too close that you wouldn't actually be able to trick them into firing at it. Could also see if inside mines work, because those aren't a gun. Alright, so we're gonna try mines. And if that doesn't work, we're just gonna punch it.
System engaged.
Intruder detected. Activating security system.
What the hell? Rude.
Receiving mission update.
That one always gets me.
Enemy forces have already reached the reactor's core. There's no time to waste.
No, let me through. Thank you.
Intruder detected. Activating security system.
Or whatever. Oh, that does work. Okay. I mean, we're screwed now, but... at least we know that does work. And if you're wondering the reason that I didn't go and get any projectiles for it, or didn't use rockets, is simply because that would be a projectile, and I was hoping to have to speak completely no projectile.
Receiving mission update. Enemy forces have already reached the reactor's core.
6.
There's no time to waste.
I mean, there's like 20 seconds. 6.
Intruder detected. Activating security system. Intruder detected. Activating security system.
Come on. God, these walls are so janky. Come on.
Anomaly detected. Core temperature rising.
Something is wrong. Hurry.
Intruder detected. Activating security.
And that right there is the core that you get for beating the game. And it is way, way, way better in this game.
Warning, maximum containment levels exceeded.
Yeah, didn't even get him smoking that time. I mean, this guy's defense kind of sucks. But I think I know what might have potentially been happening here. Because it might have needed to be closer to the wall. Yes, yes, yes. Moving on, moving on.
Combat system engaged.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No?
Intruder detected. Activating security system.
Receiving mission update.
We can kind of squeeze past that second one.
Enemy forces have already reached the reactor's core. There's no time to waste.
Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. Yeah, and if you can get this guy in a corner like this, oof. I'm just gonna wait for the reload here. Yeah, you just want to keep him firing away from the from the thing. Also, the reload timer restarts every time that you put away your EO. That's why I'm not using those last 3 shots. There we go. That's kind of a risky shot there. Alright, playing it risky, but... Yes! There we go. One very minor exception to the rule is made, but I still think it's fine because it's essentially a non-direct thing popping out of the shoulder. Still no guns or projectiles used. And we basically shoulder rammed through it. Go ahead and get rid of that forever. There would be no further need for it. Alright. Offing him. I mean, who we're picking for this one is pretty obvious. And while we're getting the fleet there, then we might as well finally go back to bipedal legs.
Combat system engaged.
Alright, now for the jankiest pickup in the game. Nope.
AC part acquired.
Well, ain't that promising.
What's this?
It's splitting in two. It done splitteth in twain. Alright, so now we wait basically forever. So thankfully we are also hover boy, so we do pretty well here. Yeah, this is some box art, friggin' like back of the box advertising kind of crap right here. Fight giant beasts! Friggin' million missiles going everywhere, destroying your frame rate if you're actually on a PSP. Thank you, second half of this thing, for bothering to come by just in time to screw up my aim. Funny part is, you can actually make it hit itself, which is always amusing. Figure out what Kaiser's up to these days. Alright, maybe we won't use the fleets actually. The hovers are just too awesome. Like, really, early 3rd gen's the best that hovers ever were. They just never got more fun than this, especially late 3rd gen. Sweet Jesus, how did anyone ever actually bother using them in late 3rd gen?
Target destruction.
And there we go, that's that.
Raven, return to.
Mission complete.
Alright, so now we got 2 ACs and a giant stick, and that's the game done. In fact, I almost wonder if it's worth working the Selena into the speedrun. Because, well, this was pretty slow. Combining this with speedrun strats, can you imagine how friggin' crazy that would be? Like, you can just run around basically one-shotting stuff. Interesting weirdness. The EOs seem to have a hard time locking onto those pillars. They won't actually go out of their way to track them. I mean, they'll happily pull like several 180s and probably go several states over to go track somebody 3 walls over. But no, the pillars that are right there are just too much to ask. Coolest of beans. Not my favorite theme in the game. Not this one, but
Incoming transmission.
here we have the theme of screw it, we're not going down there. What we're hoping to accomplish is sitting here until nothing bothers to spawn for this entire section, so bye. You just go ahead and have your emo speech. Take a little nap, and 3, 2, 1, away we go. Should be down one more level from here, and we are smooth sailing on out of here. Yes. They're slightly blurry, that's how you know they're more intense. Also, their aim is terrible. Just like my EOs. EOs just like, yeah, finally a worthy opponent for my terrible aim. This is that scene from Naked Gun with lasers. Crap, it didn't reload. Alright, so this is what we call the Twisted Metal strategy. Where you basically just run across the map trying to reload your special weapon. Especially if you're playing with Spectre and just basically feel like sitting on the edge of the map and sniping everybody. What's their special weapon? Like, oh, they can just shoot anybody wherever. It's just a missile that hits somebody somewhere on the map. Wouldn't that be really cheesable? Well, it's way worse than you think. I'll tell you that much. How about them sports, or them news, or whatever else? I think these guys might actually run out of shots before I manage to kill off either one of them. Because I can't really isolate either of them with the pressure they're putting out. And I'm gonna need a ton of AP for the controllers, so... hopefully, yeah, I'm hoping Big Boy here just takes it and goes down already. He's taking a pretty good amount of punishment. This should be pretty good against his armor. But, I mean, one way or another, it's just kind of random at this point, as far as whether we get to do damage or not. I mean, they both got EOs, they've also basically got infinite ammo, but their aim is just as bad as mine, so we just gotta wait. all of those are going to the middle guy. This one smoking yet? Gonna look like he was. Not quite yet. Potentially seeing some sparks off him, but not that much. See, the problem that I'm worried about with the controller room is the fact that I don't know how many shots it's going to take from this thing to actually deal with the outside wall. So that's the other object that you kind of have to blow through there. But in that case, there are ways to make the EO do it. So I'm not going to allow the exception there. Alrighty, come on, biggest. Or smalls, whatever. Just original ONS over here. Come on, one of you two. There we go, finally. Now, usually the big guy is the easier one to focus fire. Oh, jeez. Yeah, final room's gonna be rough. Basically, because we're going to have to use this janky nonsense manual aim, but the problem is going to be that we have to hover in place while doing it, and quite frankly, this thing already almost drains us with every pass. Come on, focus him down. Good. So he's toast. Let's go ahead and charge it up real quick. There we go. Alright, 1600 to somehow pull this off.
It's the controller's core.
Yes, yes, yes.
That shield looks impenetrable, though.
Oh, we'll penetrate it alright.
But the pillar,
Alright.
there's a heat source in the center. Could it be?
Come on, fire, fire, fire! Yeah, that's gonna be the strat here. Lock onto something. Okay, we're gonna have to find a spot where where the thing will lock on. Alright, that sounds good. Fire, you dick! At least lock on to something. Excellent. There's our spot. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, it's because they're moving. Oh, there. I see how it works now. Okay. So we can't do much later, but as soon as they spawn... Okay, so as soon as they spawn, we go up to the thing, fly up, and have a fire. Come on, please reload. think we got one shot off there. Yeah, they're temporary drones, so... What a weird mechanic for a final room. Blow it. Come on, blow it. Stupid Star Wars pods. Anyway, we seem to be doing alright though. Minus the being on fire, that's, you know, details.
It's an energy reactor.
Yes!
Destroy it and you should neutralize the controller.
Yeah. Right, perfect. Just waiting for the spawn now. Fire, 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 fire. There it is. AC3, EO only. Done.
Damage to the matrix processor increased 90%. Energy supply.
Alright. Now, is Silent Line doable like this?
Executing final directive.
I mean, theoretically yes, but man, the satellite would be such a pain in the neck. But that's a story for another day. For now, I do believe it's time to get more coffee. See about doing some other stuff. Thank you all for stopping by for this one.
Something about the surface?
Thanks, Trade. It's something about the surface. It's known as a sequel. And then they took over the planet and broke it real good. See, I think part of the reason that I really love the potential for essentially third gen being potentially the end of the story rather than the middle of it, like thinking about the whole timeline situation, is simply because if they do all happen in canonical order, good God, that's depressing. Because they go through all this stuff and then ultimately just winds up being pointless. Because then everything just breaks again. And then kind of functionally permanently breaks at the end of Verdict Day, actually. I mean, that whole scenario, it either ends in AC1 or just ends in nobody's left. Thank you, Armored Core 3 staff, you guys are awesome. Now, please go remake the series. What the hell is taking so long? Save clear datum. Yes, save clear datum. Right, so, thank y'all. See you for the next one.